the best of Sigmund Freud's quotes. The ego is not master in its own house. I cannot think of any need in childhood as strong as the need for a father's protection. The goal of all life is death. Dreams are often most profound when they seem the most crazy. Most people do not really want freedom, because freedom involves responsibility, and most people are frightened of responsibility. Love and work. Work and love. That's all there is. The great question that has never been answered, and which I have not yet been able to answer, despite my 30 years of research into the feminine soul, is, what does a woman want? Being entirely honest with oneself is a good exercise. Children are completely egoistic. They feel their needs intensely and strive ruthlessly to satisfy them. Flowers are restful to look at. They have neither emotions nor conflicts. The mind is like an iceberg. It floats with 1/7 of its bulk above water. The interpretation of dreams is the royal road to a knowledge of the unconscious activities of the mind. The voice of the intellect is a soft one, but it does not rest until it has gained a hearing. Whoever loves becomes humble. Those who love have, so to speak, pawned a part of their narcissism. Every normal person, in fact, is only normal on the average. His ego approximates to that of the psychotic in some part or other, and to a greater or lesser extent. Neurosis is the inability to tolerate ambiguity. Men are strong so long as they represent a strong idea. They become powerless when they oppose it. If you can't do it, give up. We are never so defenseless against suffering as when we love. Men are more moral than they think, and far more immoral than they can imagine. One is very crazy when in love. Everywhere I go, I find that a poet has been there before me. Just as no one can be forced into belief, so no one can be forced into unbelief. It is impossible to overlook the extent to which civilization is built upon a renunciation of instinct. Anatomy is destiny. The liberty of the individual is no gift of civilization. It was greatest before there was any civilization. Like the physical, the psychical is not necessarily in reality what it appears to us to be. Never believe your wife if she says she has forgiven resentments. Civilized society is perpetually menaced with disintegration through this primary hostility of men towards one another. The act of birth is the first experience of anxiety, and thus the source and prototype of the affect of anxiety. Analogies, it is true, decide nothing, but they can make one feel more at home.